Okay. Am I audible, visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, um, uh, Shruti, Lokesh, you and Anand, you were there in the last session, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Frederick, sir, you were also there, right? Or you had to drop?
No,
Oh,
last time I was not.
Okay. So I'll give you the opportunity, Shruti and Lokesh and Anand, to just recap what has happened in the last two sessions, in fact, so that Frederick also will be on the page. And I know that many of you won't remember what happened last time. But I think, Frederick, sir, could you get a chance to look at the videos?
So last time we just started with Porto. but we
Porto.
didn't go very
Okay. Before that, Shruti?
Sir, we were discussing the biostats part of it, regression and everything. We were
Okay.
teaching.
Okay, fine. I think, Dr. Frederick, you didn't miss much actually. We were just introducing the. I think who had the doubt? I think Pathi or somebody had a doubt last time on looking at questions and things like that. Anyway, so what I was thinking this time is maybe Lokesh, if you or Shruti, I know, were you able to work out your laptop issue?
Actually, I didn't get my laptop back yet. So after many struggle
Okay.
today, I got a replacement laptop just now.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
I'm installing R and all finished now.
Okay, that's fine. Lokesh,
Yes, sir.
you're okay with giving us an idea on what you worked on since the last session till now?
So actually, I had my dissertation submission last week, so I didn't get much time. I haven't done. I just looked into the Stringar package because we were discussing on the group. And
Okay,
that's the
Stringar.
regular expressions. Yes.
Yeah, okay, Stringar. So, Frederick, sir, are you aware of this package called Stringar?
No.
Okay. Okay, I think we can come back to Anand's R code. Maybe all three of you can help him correct his errors and troubleshoot it. Okay, Anand, why don't you restart your screen sharing so that everybody can see. Okay. So just go back up. I hope that everybody is on the same page when I say that there should not have been spaces in your file names, and that is why we have advocated using snake case, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So anybody would like to? I think Anand, I think you yourself know what you should do in order to make the or load the data, isn't it?
Yes, I know, but sometimes it fails like this. I put the data. Actually, I created in the same way that I created data, raw data, put the file in data, and tried to load that, but I couldn't. So I tried just another way.
Okay, what you can do is you can go to the files pane. In the files pane, there is this gear button, more, right? More.
This one.
No. Last gear button is there.
Aye.
Press on that. Now go to open, show in new folder. Sorry, show in new window. Last button.
Yes.
Okay. So this is where it is supposed to be, right?
Yes.
Okay. So why don't you in the left side of this window of this file explorer, so you can see that deliveries window folder just below that, just below that. Yeah. Don't click. Yeah, above that. Yeah, deliveries is written now. Okay. This is where your working directory is, right?
Yes.
How do you know that? Because you have the rproj file. Okay. Now come back to the left pane. Just above that, there is a data folder, right?
Yes.
Click on that. Okay. Why don't you go to raw data here?
Yeah.
Here you have the data, is it?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. How do I know it is there?
Since approach file, maybe.
No, because earlier you were working in a project called R files. Okay. Now you're
Yes.
working in a project called, deliveries, right? That is
Yes.
what I assume, and my assumption became correct. Okay. So what you can do is you can just click on that file and then press Control C or copy it.
Okay.
Copy that file, and now
Yeah.
go back to the raw folder. No, use the left pane. Don't. Yeah. Now go to the data. Go to raw data. Now you paste it here.
Yeah.
Now go back to your R Studio. Okay. Now you would not need line 20, right?
Yes.
Okay. I know why there is an error or a cross mark. Why don't you increase the size of your code pane, script pane?
By
Okay.
clicking where I can do that.
No, just move to the left, slowly. Sorry, right. Slowly right. Wherever the scroll button is. Yeah, still. No. Come down a little. Yeah, little bit more. No, left. Sorry, right. Yeah. Now, click it. Wherever that move button came, just go back to the left a little. Yeah.
Okay.
Click it and then move it to the right. Okay. Fine. Now you know why there is automatically earlier why it was not working, right? Because the CSV was outside the
outside the quotation, double quotation.
yeah. Why don't you correct it? No. Now Control Enter. Why was it saying you have not run?
Yeah, I have entered also.
Okay. Yeah. Read the error, Anand.
Error in here. Data raw data.
Read the last line of the error.
Could not find function here.
Okay. Why is it not finding the function here?
We have not run that like number 10 line.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Now I think you can remove line 20 because it's not adding to anything, right?
Yes.
No need to comment it out. Remove it. No.
Yes.
Yeah. I would prefer that you remove it because it's not a good idea.
Okay.
And one other thing, what is spec df doing?
Actually I tested the spec df to know the details of column. That means what are strings, characters, variables in
Okay.
such a
Why don't you run it and show us what's happening? No, you don't have to run everything. Yeah, just that line.
Yeah, okay.
Just line. Okay. One other thing, Anand. I would like you to bring back the window size to normal. Okay. Okay. Now I would like you to go just on above. There is a help window, right? I mean help button. Just above tools profile. Just the session. You went to session. Just to the right. Help.
So just a second, sir. Actually, help.
Okay. Not help. Just below tools there is a 4 panes. Right?
4 panes. Yes.
Press there and say console on the right. And now minimize the files window. And also minimize environment.
Okay.
Run line 21 now. Just put your cursor on line 21.
Okay.
Control enter. So this
Done,
is
sir.
what it is. Okay. So I want you to see things, without, resizing everything and all. It's just side by side.
Yes.
Okay. What is spec doing? Spec is actually giving you what kind of facilities and things. Okay. I think, is this more helpful, or if you press control enter on line 27? Is this more helpful?
I think number glimpse function is more helpful.
Okay. Okay. What about the rest of you? What do you think?
So even I find glimpse more comfortable to read.
Okay. So, sorry, glimpse. Okay. Subarna is saying glimpse. Okay. Fine. Okay. So, Anand,
Yes.
why don't you? What is line 23 doing? 23?
23. I just already told you, sir. Actually, I was going through that resources.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I am testing the functions.
Okay, you're just trying it. Okay. Okay, but I want you to be verbal about it, in the sense, what do you think 23 is doing? It is opening this data set in a new window, like an Excel sheet, spreadsheet, right? Isn't it? Okay.
Yes.
And I want you to keep in mind that though U is both small and capital, both of them will work. Conventionally, capital V is used, but yeah,
Yes.
with the newer versions, I think both of them will work. That's an okay thing. Okay.
Okay.
Can you tell me what is this line 25 doing? Can you run it and show us?
Yes, it is also another type of viewing the file from the Nectar.
Yeah. Why don't you look? Show
Okay.
us.
Just.
Okay, it's another way of viewing it, but it is not going to. Why don't you uncomment line 23 and show us the contrast between view and cable?
I also want to run line number 23.
Yeah. So when you run line number 23, it's
Yeah.
opening a new place. I mean, it's opening a new data spreadsheet kind of a view, and it is showing it here. But whereas the cable function, what it tried to do was it tried to create a table within your console itself. I hope
Yes.
I make that myself clear.
Yes.
Okay. Why don't you comment out? Yeah, anyway, glimpse we already have seen. But I want to ask you one question, and maybe anybody else also, if you want to answer it, you can answer. But what is line 30 doing?
We are cleaning the names. That means make case.
Yeah. Yeah. When I say names, you must be a little more specific. The column names, right?
All of it.
The column names, right? Okay. Now, why have you used the other pipe than what we have suggested? Is there any specific reason, or
No, sir.
okay? Did you come across that anywhere?
No.
Okay. Then how did you come up? I mean, how do you know that this is also something that
Actually, I was having a doubt at this session, and I discussed it in our group. So I call this.
Okay. Okay. But good that you got an answer. But you should also have gotten the doubt, right? This is not the same thing that we were using.
Yes, yes. I asked with Lokesh.
Okay. Maybe Lokesh, you can answer.
Yes, sir. So we spoke about this last time, that the new R update brought this native pipe operator, and you told me that try using it, and in case you run into issues, let me know. And
Yeah. Is there any shortcut for this?
Control.
Sorry.
I just went Control Shift N, sir.
Anand, can you try?
Again, I have to do that.
No, I want you to use the shortcut to create that whatever you have done. This
Yes,
is
sir.
Control Shift M. This is fine. I want you to do the one that you did in 25, line number 25, 28.
You have to toggle that setting, global setting, to use the native type of it.
Okay. So Anand, I think that you have manually typed this, no?
No, I just copy the code.
Okay,
Copy
okay,
the code.
okay.
That's why it came here.
Okay. Yeah. I think it'll be good if you can be consistent in the sense that whatever you want to use, be consistent in that. Like I've seen that in line 25 and 28, it is this, but in line 32, it is the conventional way, isn't it?
Yes.
So you can select that and press Control Shift N. Yeah, Control Shift N. Same in the line. No, I'm not telling you that this is, you have used N, you have to say M. Now that you already have opened it, the shortcut for opening a new script is Control Shift N. N for New Zealand.
Okay.
Control Shift N. Why don't you try it once again?
Control Shift N. Yes.
Yeah. Automatically it comes as Untitled 1, Untitled 2.
Yes.
Just like in Word, we have new document, new Word document 1 or whatever, right? Yeah. You can close this board. Okay.
Okay.
So, once you, okay, specifically, I want to be a little, okay, in line, what is the function that gives you the list of all the column names?
List of all columns.
I mean, gives you the names of the, so why don't you try in line 20, DF, pipe is Control Shift M.
Yeah.
Names, NAMES. The third one, yeah. And Control Enter. Okay. So these are all what you have, isn't it?
Yes.
So now tell me, what would be the prospective names of, how do you want the names to be? Because if you want to use janitor to force them as, column names, it'll force put underscore and everything and all, it's fine. But I want you to think about it and say, how do you want the data to be? In the sense, if you are thinking about it from a tidy perspective, what should be your ideal columns and what should be, how many of them should be? And the reason I'm asking you is that it will force you to think so that you can, if you want to pivot them and things, you can do it now itself.
Okay. So actually, after loading data,
Anand, can you, sorry to interrupt. Why don't you copy the link to the data set on the Zoom chat and then just share it with everyone? It is there on your line 3 or 4, isn't it? 5.
anyway, I can.
You can go to your, yeah. I urge everybody to take this data set and just have a look, whatever you can. And some of you must have already done it. I know that you have worked in the group. Okay. You can put it in the Zoom chat also, it's fine. Shruti, is Asus you, the new person?
Yes, sir. It's from the laptop.
Okay. Okay, please continue, Anand.
Yes. So after loading this data, I was trying to first I have to clean the names. That means the every state bar UT name is written as state bar UT, then it's Kerala with the number of districts. So I have to remove the number of districts from the state name first. Then only I will get the state or UT name. That was the first task. And then my idea was to filter the data for only DH. That means for every state, they have written the data DH, SH, CHC. The 5 rows are there. So I need only district hospital data. And then I was thinking to plot any of the any of other column with the for all states. That was my rough idea.
Okay, I want you to think about whatever, I mean, just repeat what you said again, so that we all have clarity.
So actually, I was thinking about all the states and data of data for them. See, in this all the states, that means Andhra Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh, all the data and facility type, I have to select for DH only.
Okay, what is DH?
Am I making any sense?
No, if it were me, I would first talk about what the data set is about, right? So the data set is talking about all the deliveries that are conducted in whole of India, is it? In the first quarter, that is April to June. And when I say first quarter, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, when I say first quarter, it really means in the financial year, isn't it?
Yes.
Because the data is coming from April. And all HMIS data is facility level data.
Yes.
Isn't it? Okay. So now the idea is that you want to extract the state name from that state/UT. Am I right?
Yes.
Isn't that what you want to do first?
Yeah, that was the thing I wanted to do first.
Okay. First, you want to extract the state name from. Does it make sense to everybody? I mean, are you looking at this data set? Why don't you scroll down a little, Anand?
So
Scroll down the data set and DF. So the first challenge will be to extract the state name, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Now I'll ask each one of you, if it were you, what would be the best way to extract the state name? Because though the data is saying it is state name, state/UT, it really has other information also, isn't it?
Yes.
And do you have any idea what is this 11 districts reported facility wise and things? Okay, it means that how many total number of districts are there? Total districts are 27, and out of them, how many have reported, isn't it? Yes. I'm assuming that is, what it is trying to say. But grossly, I think we really don't need that information, or even if we do, it needs to be in another column, and that column needs to be something like number of districts, you know,
Number of reporting facilities.
and number of reported districts. And if these both are same, then we don't really have to. Why don't you scroll down? Do you think is there any difference? Any states that have?
No, sir, so far, no districts are showing any disparity.
Why don't you increase the size of this column? Because Madhya Pradesh also you can see, not this, just the column. Go to Madhya Pradesh, MP. Yeah, Madhya Pradesh, I cannot see. Yeah, just slowly. Yeah, slowly. Are you not using a mouse, Anand?
No, sir, I am using the my
Yeah.
mouse is not working.
Okay, okay. Maybe you have to invest in a mouse as well. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, fine.
I will
So
buy
yeah,
any.
I think having the number of districts column, do you think it is redundant, or you can have it?
Sorry,
Number
sir.
of districts maybe could be useful, but we don't need to separate it reporting wise because it's simply identity.
Okay, great. Okay, now coming back to my initial question, because this is real world data, right? This is how your data sets usually come with, because there will be some other information that you really don't want. So now the challenge for you is to extract the state. How would you do it? Okay, should I ask one by one, or are you guys going to be collective and add something? Okay, Anand, now you can go back to your script. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Come on. You all seen, na? You all saw how that. Okay, Anand, why don't you go to line 23 or 24 and press enter around 10-15 times. Okay. Now come back to line 24 and now give a hashtag and say clean states or clean state column. Okay. Now, so and now tell me. No, I'm forcing you guys to think because that's how we learn. Yeah. Yeah,
Mutate
please.
within the column and change the name, like that extra whatever is not required.
Okay. That is the question. How? Okay. Now df pipe mutate, right?
Pipe mutate, yes.
Okay. Now bracket open, isn't it? Okay. Now is the
Select.
question. Yeah. Now.
Yeah. Select column which we have to mutate.
State now UT.
Okay. See, we can. Can you go back to the data set, the spreadsheet? Yeah.
Yes.
You all agree, na, that there is a pattern here, isn't it?
Yes,
If you really want to extract the state name, you cannot say, okay, I'll extract only the first word, because in Kerala it will be Kerala, but Lakshadweep it will be Lakshadweep. For Madhya Pradesh it will be only Madhya, isn't it?
Yes.
For Manipur and everything Maharashtra it is fine, correct? So the challenge is it's very you are lucky enough that we have clean names, in the sense that we can say that, okay, why don't you split each of this word by now tell me, what do you want to split it by?
Everything you can start from the first total, like that seems to be the common pattern for every row. So starting from total to the
Right.
end of the.
Great. Okay. Okay. Can you go back to deliveries?
Yes.
Okay. Now, Anand, after 25, just hit a couple of enters. Okay, now go back to line 26. So this is our playing field. Okay, this is where we are actually trying to manipulate and see if things are working. If things are working, then we'll put it into the mutate function. You all agree?
Okay.
The
Yes,
reason
sir.
is reason is I want to ensure that I have control on brackets. Okay, because I don't want to work within brackets and things. And when you say mutate, it is going to create a new column, and it is going to give me the whole data set, which I don't really want. I only were working in that state column for now. Okay, so whenever we're working with a single column, we can use the base way of doing it. We can say df pipe. Sorry,
Shall
not
I-
pipe. Yeah, you can type df dollar. Sorry, df dollar. No. Never put yeah, df dollar. Yeah, the first one. Hit enter. Okay. Now hit control enter. Okay. This is what you have to work with, isn't it?
Yes.
Now
Yes,
come
sir.
back to line 26.
Okay.
Okay. Now hit pipe. Okay. Whenever you're using this shortcut, Anand, you don't have to give space. It will automatically do it for you. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now the question is, you need to split this string variable,
Yes.
by the word total. You agree?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Is there any function that can split a string? And that's coming from the stringr package. You can just simply type str and just put, hit down arrow, down arrow, down arrow, C. Is there anything that you think that can
There is a separate split function as well.
come down, Anand?
STR split, sir. Is that?
Yeah, why don't you try that? Okay.
Okay.
Click
Shall I
on
select?
that. Yeah, select it. Select it.
Sir, I think I selected it, but it's not working. Just
Okay, hit enter.
yes. I don't know, sir, what is happening, but I hit enter
Yeah.
already.
I think maybe your mouse you need to use a mouse, huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
But I don't know currently what is happening because I also pressed the enter, but it's
Why
not
don't
working.
you press up arrow, down arrow?
Yeah, it's working.
No, up arrow, down arrow. That is not okay. Why don't you press escape?
Yeah, I pressed escape, but nothing. I think system got hanged.
That's the issue. Okay. Anybody dare share their screen? I mean, I can do it, but I don't want to do it because that's the whole purpose, no?
So I'll just connect from my laptop and then I'll.
My cursor is working, sir, but I don't know why I can't select the item. Even enter is not working, but when I press the cursor also.
Okay,
Not
you must have pressed something around the keyboard or mouse, which might have. Why don't you minimize this?
No, sir.
Minimize RStudio.
Another one.
Now open it again. Now try. Now go to the, yeah, now it will work. str underscore split. Yeah, it's working, no?
Yes, I know it's working. SQL
Yeah.
split.
Enter.
Yes.
And now why don't you go to just click on str split, just anywhere on that, and press F1.
F1.
F1. Okay. Why don't you close this? Press function F1.
So is that
Okay. Now we are actually looking for help. How do you open help?
pressing F1? But I think by pressing F1 it directly goes to
Close that.
this is not right.
What about the rest of you? When you type F1, is it opening Windows or is it opening the help menu?
Mine was opening in Windows. So I used to type that question mark in the other side and or click in help and search.
Why don't you press function, and function button is there on your keyboard somewhere?
Yes, the function button is there.
Why don't you press function F1?
Function F1. I pressed it. Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we got it, no?
Yes.
Great. Okay. So can you come down? Let us look at the examples. Okay, what does the string do? String do, just go up, read the description of the string split. What is it doing? str_split. Just on top, go to the first line. Yeah. It split
Yes,
up a
function.
string into pieces. Okay. So when you're saying that split this string into pieces, you have to tell that what is the pattern, right? If you look at str_split, you're saying that you're giving it a value. Just look at the usage, the second line or the first line, whatever usage. It's saying that you just have to give. Again, if you remember function, what is a function? Function is str_split is a function, right?
Yes.
Okay, it takes arguments, na?
Yes.
So one argument is string, the second argument is pattern, n is an argument, simplify is another argument. Okay, but there are some mandatory arguments and optional arguments. N and simplify are optional arguments, isn't it? Because they have already been given some value. Even if you don't write n and simplify, give values to it, it will take what is the default, which is infinity and simplify, isn't it? But you need to give at least two mandatory arguments. One is string and one is pattern. String you have already given in line 26, isn't it? And now you
Yes.
have to specify what the pattern is. Okay. So in the bracket, why don't you type pattern equals to okay, Anand, can you hit two backspaces, yeah, and type n and wait for it. Rn. Yeah.
Yes.
Now hit enter. So when
Yes.
you hit enter, what is the difference?
Equal to automatically comes.
And it gave space, isn't it?
Yes, that is this.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Now, what is the pattern? What do you want to split it by?
Total.
Total. Okay. Okay. Why don't you give the total?
Total.
Okay. I think Anand, you have to come back to your basics again. Go back.
Total.
No, it's already there in your console.
Okay. Yes.
In your console, it's already there. Na? You can see, right? Yeah. Okay. Now it is a string. Now, how do you represent strings?
In double quotations.
Yeah. Okay. Anand, why don't you control Z 2 times?
Control Z.
3 times.
Control Z.
Once again. Okay. Select the word total. I want you to, and now use double quotations. Okay.
Okay.
You got it? What I'm trying to say?
Yes. By giving the tones.
Okay. Now hit Control Enter. Why don't you minimize the help window first? Hit Control Enter in line 26 or 27. Doesn't matter. So what happened?
Now only statements. West Bengal.
I clicked out only total and
Yeah.
So
as
it,
two separate.
yeah. So
Split into two.
now, okay, it is fine. Okay. So what actually happened was, if you go now again to the help window, press on help.
Okay. So,
Just down, no? Yeah. So
oh,
no, yeah. Function F1. See. Okay. Read the first sentence. Just go back. Yeah. These functions differ primarily in their input and output, right? What is the first thing doing? It takes a character vector
consist.
and returns a list. Okay. Now look at what do you mean a list? Because if you see the way in the console it is written, double brackets 161 double brackets close. First is Uttar Pradesh and second is dist 75. Okay, that means it is taking each of the string and it is breaking it into two things, and it is putting it back in the index position of where it came from. That means the column, the row 161 was Uttar Pradesh so and so. So it took 161 Uttar Pradesh and it made into two parts, and it
Yes.
removed total, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. So one other thing, what I would like you to do is we want the output to be vector, right? You want it a character vector, not a list, isn't it?
Yes.
You want it as a character vector. You don't want it as a list, isn't it? So that you can put it as a column in your this thing, right?
Yes.
So there are inbuilt options. For example, the last part, string split underscore I, takes a character vector and returns a character vector. Okay. Let us see. Let us try and put underscore I and see what happens.
In line 28.
Yeah, in line 27 itself.
27.
But before you hit control enter underscore I. Okay. Now come back to the help and see what is the usage saying about.
Takes a character vector and returns a character vector.
No, that is the description. Come down to the usage a little, yeah. So it's asking what is I.
I.
Okay. So it's asking because there is an argument also, mandatory argument I, isn't it?
I.
So why don't you come down and see in the help what is it saying? Element to return. Okay. It's asking what should I return? Should I return the first one or the second one? Okay, or the third one? It depends on, if you're asking it to split it by space, it would have broken down into 5-6 things, right?
Yes.
So here I should be 1, isn't it? Do
The
you
first
agree?
part.
Yeah. Why don't you try comma I equals to 1?
Equals.
Anand, once again, I would prefer that you give spaces in between. Between I equals to 1. Okay. Now control enter. See? You get my point?
Yes.
Now you might say that, okay, I don't want that space also. Okay. You can do that by just adding a space in front of total. Why don't you add a space in front of total?
Sorry.
In line 27. Just
Okay.
give a space in front of total. Within the quotes. Now control enter. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. How many of you really understood what happened? because I'm going to ask each and every one of you. First, I'll start with Subarna.
No, sir, I didn't understand.
You understood or no?
No, sir.
You did
Not
not
clear.
understand. You did not understand. Okay. Shruti, what about you?
Yes, I understood, sir.
Okay. Lokesh, what about you?
Yes, sir. I think I understood. I
Frederick, sir?
understand.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Subarna, what we were trying to do is that we have a Anand, can you show that this once again? The data set, DF.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So look at the state column. Okay. The state column has the state name, plus it has some additional information that we don't want. Okay. So we want to remove that additional information away, and we just want to keep the state name. But there are some challenges here, because how are we going to take only the state name? And because if we are saying that remove anything, total 12 district reporting facility, if we say that, then also then Jharkhand will not go, right? And it won't work for Karnataka. So we had to go for a more smarter way, and we found out that there is a pattern here. The pattern is that the total dist is common everywhere. The total list is common everywhere. So we
Yes.
thought that we'll take the word total and then we'll use it to split this string into two parts. And just pick up the first part of it. Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now go back to the R code, Anand. So exactly what I just said. Are you guys able to see the R code? Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Now you're audible.
Okay, okay. So exactly what I said was that, we are taking a string and we are splitting it into n number of parts based on the pattern, and we are specifying that we want the first part. Anand, why don't you try using I equals to 2 and see what happens?
Is equal to
Control enter. Okay. So the second part is coming. Okay. You get my point?
Yes.
Okay. So now change it back to 1.
Sir, why there is space was given in front of total?
Sorry, the space, because if Anand, why don't you remove that space?
sorry, sir.
Why don't you remove that space in front of total? Now you run it. It's one and the same. Okay. But it understood that, okay, this is exactly where I need to cut it off, right? So the space before that is also considered as the first part of the string. Okay. Just look at the console, Subarna. I think, Anand, you can minimize the help window.
Yes.
Okay. You see, can you scroll up, Anand? Can you show both of the outputs wherever it's possible? Yeah. Come down a little. Just the intersection between them. No. Down. Still down. Yes. Still down. Yeah. Stop it there. Okay. Subarna, you can see the difference when I added space in the first above one and below one. In the below one, the space is removed. In the above one, space is added. Just notice that in the end of the every string, there is a space. I did not want to clean it, so I just used that total. But it's totally up to you how you want to do it. Okay. So by this way, you were able to extract the state name, but still there is all India also.
Yes.
Okay, fine. So Anand, what I want you to do is, I want you to, everybody of you are welcome. Now tell me, how are you going to use this line 25, 26, 26, 27 and incorporate it in 29?
This time we can pipe the full data set and then use mutate.
Yeah, I think you should guide Anand. Or Anand, if you know the answer, you're free to type it.
Mutate.
We need a name for the new column, so we could use something like clean underscore states.
Sorry.
Okay, I don't want to complicate things. If it were me, I would just call it state.
Oh.
Because earlier it was state underscore UT. And I would not even use a capital letter, because anyhow I know that I'm going to use janitor and clean names, isn't it? State equals to space, give space, yeah, equal. Now, what you can do, okay, I think I should not interrupt. I think you guys.
So we can just now use what we did above. It will be the function str underscore split underscore I.
The entire thing we copy paste and put there.
Then it's the df dollar state UT.
No, for that we'll specify the column name using. We'll have to use the backtick and specify the column. But we first have to use the function. So first str underscore split underscore I.
This thing.
Oh yeah, you can just copy that and paste it. The whole function with all the charges.
All part.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know.
I think you guys are not directing him correctly. You know? I mean, you should be explicit in what you want to do and say. So, if Anand, you should follow my instructions. Okay, copy line 27.
Okay.
The whole of it. Paste it after. Paste it before the closing bracket. Now, in line 26, copy whatever is there between the dollar sign and the pipe. Copy it. Now,
Yes,
come to the line 29. Before pattern,
yes.
I want you to, before pattern, I want you to give a comma and space. Now go before the comma. Say string equals to paste. Now
Okay.
control enter. Okay. So you see, it's not really. So this is exactly why I did not want to do it directly in the string in line 29. I wanted to do it in line 26 and then verify it and then put it in my line 27. Okay. So what I would do is, why don't you try and assign it? Earlier, okay, Anand, why don't you just in your console type df?
Console.
Type df. Okay, how many rows are columns are there now?
15 columns.
15. Okay, now type df
DN.
data frame. DF.
Data. Okay, sir.
Enter. How many columns are there?
Table of 14 columns and
Yeah. So earlier it is 14 columns. When you ran line 29, 15 columns came. Okay, that means one column was added. And that column is state. Okay, let us see. How do you verify? You reassign DF in line 29.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, before everything, you say DF and assign it back. You know it is working, na? Alt minus.
Yep.
Alt minus. Control enter. Now go back, and open the data set in your spreadsheet view on top. Go to the last one. I think you have to, okay, in your console, type view DF or DF pipe view. Enter. Now scroll to the last 15 columns are there.
Yes.
See? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. No, the reason I had to take over is that sometimes having that clarity explicitly on line where and line things will actually help others.
Yes,
Okay.
I understood.
Okay. So I think whenever you're trying to explain, this kind of guiding will definitely help everybody. Even for you to think, because you see the code, right? And then you yourself will feel like, okay, here I need to do this and this. So now come back to deliveries, the script.
Yes.
Okay. So now that what you can do is you can comment out line 26 and 27. You select line 26, 27 and press Control Shift C. Okay. Okay. Now that you have cleaned the state column, now what you want to do?
Now we have to remove this all India total.
Okay. Yeah, I think what you can do is in this line you can just say DF. You can remove the state /UT.
Yes.
Okay. Once let us come back. Just open the DF spreadsheet view. So can you tell me, you need facility type, right? You need total number of facilities as well. You need facilities reporting nil performance. Do you and you need okay. Now there is a one more column called performance, isn't it?
Yes.
And that performance has 3 different variants: average, maximum, and minimum.
Yes.
Can you tell me what that is? That's the number of deliveries, is it?
Yes, sir.
Conducted during the time period, right?
Yes.
Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then can you scroll a little? No, doesn't say. So now they are segregating the hospitals or facilities by how many deliveries they did. By 10 to how many did at least 10 deliveries, how many did 11 to 20 deliveries, how many did, is it that?
Yes, I think so.
Yes, sir, looks like that.
Okay. Okay, this is a little complex thing, but the challenge is for us to make sense out of it, right? Just like we have extracted the right information that we want from the state column, what we need to do is we need to set things right. Okay, so if it were up to me, I would have created a column called number of deliveries. Okay, and then I would have just like
Use case when or something to.
So what you can do is, why don't you go to, okay, I will do it. I will not do it. I will guide you how to do it for performance. And I want you to do it for the rest of the columns as well. Okay. Let us see what I'm trying to do. Let us see what I'm trying to do. Okay. Why don't you go to deliveries? Okay. Now, in line 32,
Yes.
just hit 5. Oh, sorry, comment and say cleaning the performance columns. Okay. Now hit enter. What we are trying to do is we are trying to create a variable called number of deliveries, and this number of deliveries will have 3 groups: average, minimum, maximum. Just like you are looking at this console, you have all India, right? In all India you have DH, SDH, CHC, PHC subcenter, isn't it? So
Yes.
I would like to have a column called performance, and with that, under that performance, I'd like to have subgroups like average, minimum, maximum. Is that okay?
Okay, sir.
So I'd like you to use the pivot function here, and I'm going to also use a helper function called select. Okay, let's see how it is done.
Okay.
Say df pipe, enter, pivot longer, calls equals to
Sorry, sir.
calls, COLS
Yes. Equal to
starts underscore ARTS, starts with use quotations performance. P is capital. Okay. Can you go back to the DF, or you can run line 25? 20 and 20, line 20. See, it's performance, right? Why don't you select anything? Yeah, copy that. Just performance. You can just copy it and paste. Or if you want to type, you can type. Yeah, I think Anand, you really understand why I, ask you to use a mouse, na?
Yes.
Okay. Now, why don't you run this and see? Control Enter. See what's happening. Okay. Why don't you just in line 25, end of line 25, just hit a pipe. Sorry, 35, end of line 35. Put a pipe. Enter. View, VIW. Control Enter. Scroll to the end. Now, not vertically, horizontally. Okay. Right now, it did not do anything. Okay. Just scroll to the end. Yeah. So it has created a column called name and value. Do you know what this is? What did I do? You agree? I mean, do you understand what I was trying to do?
Yes, but
No, I know you're confused.
No, sir. Can you please repeat?
Can I please?
Can you please repeat like what exactly we did?
Okay. By looking at the data, okay, what we did was we actually took 3 columns and then made them into, we pivoted it. Okay. Earlier, performance overall, performance minimum, performance maximum were 3 different columns.
yes,
Agree?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Now we made them into a single 2 rows. I mean, 2 columns. Enough. One is telling you which, this is the
Minimum.
number of minimum or maximum or whatever, and it is telling you the number of deliveries
Yes, sir.
on the value column, right? You agree?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay. So it would be very good if I would have told explicitly that the name should be something called performance, or it's not performance. What is it? What would be the ideal variable name for the name and value? You guys tell me. Should it be parameter or number of deliveries parameter, or what should it be?
Value should be number of deliveries.
Okay,
Name
value should be number of deliveries. I agree with that.
and name is like uh, performance. Yes, performance per hospital. What that line is? Number of performance of facilities or grading.
So
Performance grading or something.
Performance grading.
So, for example, I think if it's performance grading, it's not the grading actually. It's telling you
Category.
whether the number of deliveries. No, not category. Category is actually the next thing what you're trying to do. Performance is more than 30, or between more than 300, 151. That is the category, isn't it?
This is like an range and average
What
is
what
given.
what is it? What you're saying? Mean, minimum, maximum. What are these?
Yes, sir. Range of performance of each
Okay,
state.
range is minimum and maximum, right?
Yes, sir.
But there is a mean also, overall average, right?
Yes, sir.
So these are parameters
Yes, sir.
or estimates. What are these?
They are parameters. So,
No, don't take my word for it. You have to think about it. See, if I ask you, give me an apt name for minimum, maximum, and average, what will you give it a name? See, this is also a skill. Okay,
yes.
because the word performance also is coming from a administrative perspective, right? A person who is looking at this from an administrative perspective, and just because a delivery is done, it is they're looking at delivery as a indicator for performance, which might be true, might not be true. Let us not comment on that. But the word performance might not be the apt one here, right? So that is why we are being very explicit in saying that the number of deliveries should be the value. Agree? But
Yes.
before we go, what should be the app name for name? It should not take this much time to decide.
Productive performance.
Okay. Let us call it a parameter for now. If it were me, I would have decided right now here itself that, okay, am I really interested in the minimum maximum number of deliveries or just the average?
Max.
Sorry, number of deliveries that is happening in a center. Am I interested in the minimum and maximum number of deliveries, or I'm only interested in the average number of deliveries that are happening in the system during the time period? Okay, let me come back to that. There is a health facility that you're trying to look at during a time period. Okay, you're looking at the first quarter of 2016. This is the data, na? The data is looking at the number of deliveries that have happened in the first quarter of 2016 in all health facilities of the particular state. These health facilities are district hospitals, sub-district hospitals, CHCs, PHCs, sub-centers. Okay.
Okay.
So are you interested in knowing the overall, mean number of deliveries that are happening during time period? Or are you interested in knowing the minimum number of deliveries that have happened? There could be a facility with 0 deliveries also. Or are you interested in having a more meaningful or maximum, whatever? That is what I'm asking you.
Maximum number of them.
Okay, why is maximum important? If somebody has done 3,000 deliveries in the first month and rest of the month is only done 1 delivery each. See, I'm spending some time here. The reason is I want you to trying to force you guys to think. Okay.
Okay.
I think average will be better.
Okay.
So, but why should we lose the data when we have it?
Yeah, that's
separately used.
That's exactly, again, let us come to that. Okay, if you want to keep all the data, then you need to have a meaningful name for the variable.
Yes.
Right? Don't you agree?
Yes.
So I need a consensus on what the name should be. Okay, Subarna, what do you think? Give me 2 options. Okay, Subarna, yeah. 2 options. You don't have to, give only one. You can give. You want it to be performance, yes or no?
Performance.
Or okay, performance. Okay. Or any other option you want to give? Okay, Lokesh, what about you?
Like normally, if we try to come up with a word for minimum, median, average, then we would call it a statistic, but that is not very descriptive. Or aggregate. I'm not able to come up with something.
Me too. Sometimes you have
Yes.
to take decisive decisions. Two names.
The range of performance.
Okay, you saying performance and range. 2 things, right?
Yes.
Okay. What about Lokesh, you?
Range seems good.
Range. Okay. Anand, what about you?
So we can grade minimum average.
Great. Okay, great. Okay. Frederick, sir?
It be range, mean or average.
Okay. Shruti, what about you?
Range and mean performance.
Okay. So, what I'll do is come back to deliveries. Okay. Just remove the line 36. or just leave it Control Z. You can press 3 times or 4 times. Okay. Now, why don't you in line 35 after the last bracket, before the last bracket,
Last bracket. Yes.
press a comma and hit enter. You can give a space once and come back to the previous place. One back arrow, left arrow, one left arrow. No. One left arrow. Yeah. Now I want you to type names to. Give in apostrophes. What is it? What did you decide? I forgot. Range of. Huh?
We hadn't come to a consensus.
Okay. For the sake of this presentation, let us say variable type or performance type, whatever. But it's not actually performance. I don't know why we are stuck with performance. It's actually
type either.
the number of deliveries, right?
Yes.
Yeah. You can say NO underscore deliveries underscore what should be? Is it the minimum number of deliveries, maximum number of deliveries? You can just say cat. It's not cat, I know, but what it should be? No dot. Why dot?
The number of underscore deliveries alone should be sufficient, no? Then if we read it as minimum number of deliveries, maximum
Okay,
number
then
of deliveries,
what should the values be then? Value column. Value column is supposed to be number of deliveries, right? Isn't it?
It is not only number.
Sorry?
The number of deliveries, if the column name is number of deliveries, then there should be some number. How many number of deliveries you conducted?
Let us remove cat and say parameter.
Sir, I have a doubt. Is this we have to face during our real world in this kind of problems, or is this the problem of this data set only?
You give a guess. What do you think?
While we collecting data,
When you are collecting the data, you know what data it is, and you are little more explicit, and you give the name what you want, right?
yes.
But when you're working with data that somebody else collects, and you're supposed to analyze it,
Yes.
because we are now looking at how multiple data sets from multiple sources needs to come in together and all of that, right? So we need to have meaningful names for our variables as well, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. So come out of the quotes and give a comma and then hit enter once again. Values to quotation number of deliveries or NO deliveries. Okay. Anand, again, do you think it's a very good idea to have spaces in your column names?
No, sir.
No. Though you would use a janitor to clean names, that time it will be fine. But this is a habit I want to try to inculcate in. Now, why don't you hit Control Enter? and then see if all the columns that you have created are the same. Okay.
Yes.
Get my point? Now, now if you want to remove that performance hyphen overall average, performance hyphen, because there is a lot of repetition, right?
Yes.
Can you guys do it? Okay,
Yes.
let us not go there. I'm assuming that you will be able to do it. Shruti, can you do it?
Sorry, sir. It was broken in between. Can you please say
Okay,
what?
no. My point is that you look at this variable called number underscore deliveries underscore parameter. So if I ask you, can you remove that performance hyphen because it is just a repetition? Will you be able
Yes,
to
sir.
do it?
Yes. We can split by performance and then keep the second part.
Yeah. Okay. Subarna, I hope you are getting this.
Yes, sir.
Frederick, sir?
Yes, yes. That
Okay.
is string split type.
Yeah, that's great. Anand,
Yes, sir.
why don't you go to this deliveries? Okay. What you can do now is remove that view. Because if you don't remove that view and try to assign it, what will happen? Okay, I need for you to remove that pipe also. Now assign it. How to
So-
assign it? Line 34.
Control.
No, line 34. You need to go to line 34. Alt minus, no?
Alt minus.
Yeah. And you need to press DF in front. Space. So I need you to select everything from the top. Control Enter. Great. Okay. So state UTs. Okay. Did that state underscore UTs work? Why don't you view this? Why don't you go to environment? Go to environment, down. Press on DF. Oh, you have, sorry, clean DF. No, no, press on, yeah, above that. No, Anand, yeah,
Sorry, sir.
yeah, click on that. Now, why don't you go to last columns? Can you come down, scroll down? Yeah. The way that you have done to clean the state underscore UTs also worked, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. The way you have done it was using regular expressions. Okay. That's a very, very, very powerful tool because once you are good at it, it will be like you can do anything, anytime, and things like that. Okay.
Okay.
But there is an alternate way also because that is what we did, right? We just used one line of code. The reason I was insisting on doing that is that you know the theory behind it, right? Because maybe not everybody of you is comfortable with regular expressions and str remove, right? Because remove, okay, there is another alternative of str underscore remove, which is called str underscore remove underscore all. I would prefer that we will have this discussion sometime later, because cleaning strings is a very big world. But
Okay.
what I want you to do is now go to this the R script once again. I hope all this is clear now. Okay, what we tried to do. Okay. Now go to DF once. Yeah, open that. Okay. Now there is a column number of facilities reporting nil. Number of facilities. You don't need nil performance, no?
Yes.
So we need number of facilities by performance 1 to 10. No? Okay, I want you to create a category called, this I can say, delivery, number of deliveries underscore category. You agree?
Yes. Different categories of it.
Different categories, and the column will be number of facilities. What will now tell me what should the names be and columns values be? I hope you're understanding the question.
Yes, sir. I think values need subcolumns.
Sorry.
That's all.
Okay. Now why don't you? Okay. Now I'm asking
Performance
you to
categories and number of facilities.
performance categories and number of
Facilities.
Okay, Anand, can you go to the second column and see what the name of the second column is? Sorry, third column.
Total number of facilities.
Okay, so you guys have no problem in calling because this can be total facilities and the number of facilities can be that column. So it will not overlap. Huh? It's
Yeah.
clear, right? Is there a consensus on the name?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so why don't you guys help Anand to type it?
Pivot long.
Anand,
DF5.
line 32, what is it?
Cleaning the performance columns.
Okay. So what you're doing now?
Cleaning
Performance categories or number of facilities by performance or whatever, by deliveries or whatever you want to say. I think you should help Anand by giving him some cues on what he should type.
Okay. Sir.
Okay.
So DF.
I like the way Anand has changed his answer. Earlier he was giving DF assignment operator and things, right? So before checking things only, you were trying to assign it.
Pivot.
Okay. So now it's a good idea. Okay. Now, yeah, Shruti, I think you can help.
Yeah, pivot long. Then you can copy paste the about 35 to 37. Copy paste the entire thing. You can change the names, the strings in that.
Okay. Goal start with
Starts with we have to see what is it.
shall I go to DM?
Line 20. Line 20.
Line 20. Yeah, names. Yeah.
Okay, what was the problem? Anand, why don't you run everything about line 39? Control Enter. Now run line 20. See? Okay. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Anyway. I think you can remove comment out line 62 and below for now.
Oh,
If you comment it out, that was the issue actually. Select everything and control
control.
Shift C.
Now call starts with the number of facilities by
Number of
performance.
facilities by performance. 1 to 10.
I think this is right.
Yes. 1 to
We
10.
should stop at number of facilities or performance itself, because the 1 to 10 is going to differ for different columns.
Yes. 1 to 10 is
Sorry.
number of it is needed only till number of facilities by performance, because 1 to 10 it changes for each column. 11 to 20, 21 to 30. The names to change the string to the name we are going to assign.
Okay.
Performance.
Since we decided performance category.
Performance category.
Performance category.
And values to
Values.
assigning.
Yes, okay.
This is right. Names to performance underscore category, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
That's better.
And values to
Number of facilities. Number underscore of.
facilities. Number of facilities. You can write number dot, but no, it comes.
sorry.
No, number. I think no dot.
Okay, no dots.
No
The
dot.
reason no dots because it will confuse it with
No.
file extensions, isn't it?
Yes.
So values to number of facilities. Okay.
Shruti, I mean everybody, just when I say snake case, it has to be snake case. Okay.
Shall I?
No kebab case, no any other case.
Okay. So no dot is okay, no sir. The no dot underscore, is it correct to write like that or no? So then we should write number proper as I knew MB.
Okay, I'll tell you what to do. Anand, why don't you use no dot underscore facilities?
No dot underscore facilities.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Now, let us see if it works.
Shall I run this?
Yes.
Oh.
Great. So now it's working. What to do now?
See that I'll reassign it to DF. View it.
Line number.
Okay. Line number
Report.
41. reassign to DF.
I think alt minus. Sorry.
Yes, DF alt minus.
Alt minus. DF space alt minus.
Anand, why don't you come backspace,
Backspace.
DF, alt minus.
Sorry. Okay.
It will do the work for you. Okay.
Okay.
Run it again. Run all from 41 to 45.
Run all.
Yes. And all 41 to 45. 41 to 44.
Oh,
Now error.
calls will select at least one column.
I think you don't have to run because you already ran everything. No? When you ran everything, 41 to 45 also ran. And now when you're trying to say pivot DF start with these columns, NO underscore, it's saying there is nothing called NO underscore because you have moved it to the longer thing. The most ideal way to check is that look at DF. Okay. View DF and see if it is.
UDF.
So shall I give UDF?
Here, or you can just go into your environment and just press on DF also.
Okay.
How do you see? It works or not? See.
To try it and see.
Performance category and number of facilities for every states.
Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. But then now, Anand, I want you to, okay, now look at DF. Look at DF.
Yes, sir.
Look at the last column's name.
Number of facilities.
Okay. Number dot underscore of underscore facilities, right? Now, Anand, come back to deliveries. Anywhere in this data set, have you used clean names, janitor?
No, sir. Earlier I used it.
Okay, now you did not use,
No,
right?
sir.
So
No,
after
sir.
line 45, why don't you clean names?
Line 45. After line 45.
No, maybe after 46. Sorry, just put whatever is there in 45. Put two enters before 45.
Yes.
Now you use clean names and reassign DF. Reassign it.
Sorry.
How do you reassign it? Yeah.
45. May you have to start as DF.
Oh. DF.
Alt negative DF. Alt negative, that assigning symbol.
Okay. Negative. DF.
No, it's not needed. DF you have already, otherwise you have to write
No,
DF
no, we will have to do both. No, we'll have to pipe it and then assign. First,
pipe.
now pipe it. Control shift.
Control shift M. And
Then we can remove the DF from inside the bracket.
sorry.
Yeah, yes. That only the only brackets is needed there.
Okay. Shall I run?
Yes.
Now look at view DF.
View DF.
Look at the last column. What is the name?
No underscore of facilities.
No dot.
Where is the
Remove
dot?
the dot. Yeah.
Yeah,
Why did it
remove the
remove the
dot.
dot?
Not part of snake tools.
So even the computer says no. Okay, not just me.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, I know I took some time to explain this, but yeah, this is what it is. Okay. So anyway, let us come back to, yeah, I think for today it's already 10. What I would like you to do now is that I don't know if you guys can work on it or not. I want you to clean. Can you go back to the DF? Anand?
Yeah. Okay.
I want you to clean the number underscore deliveries underscore parameter and performance underscore category columns. Okay. Because
Okay.
I want you to clean them.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I want you to visualize things. I know a lot of repetitions are there, but now the 15 or 14 columns now became 8 or 9 columns, and state has repeated twice. You know? So we don't need that. And now if we are only interested in the average, like Lokesh was saying, I don't want to, lose any data. I can now subset. I can say that, okay, give me only the average ones. I don't need the minimum and maximum. That way,
So by subsetting, you mean filtering selectively? Or?
not selective, filter.
Filtering out. Yes.
You can only filter the average. No? And then you can come up with your own this thing, and then you can come up with other things saying that if you want to look at maximum, like insisted that we have maximum, something that's interesting. So you can do that as well.
Okay.
Okay, and one very quick question: how many unique states are there?
States 29. So, number of states you asked, sir?
Yeah, in the data set. This 29 is from where, Shruti?
Oh, I thought you were asking in general. I mean, in
In
this, I
general,
think.
there are 29 states.
Yes.
Oh, you mean states and unit territories? You have removed unit territories, no?
Yes, yes.
How many unit territories?
Union, I think. Oh, I'm not sure the number. I think 9.
Okay, Anand, very quickly, I want you to answer this question. Huh? How many unique states are there?
In general or in this data set?
If it is matching, that means that this data set is complete. If it's not matching, that means there is missing state.
I don't think it will match because in this there is.
No, I want you to check it now whether it will match or not. Because that's the question I came up with, and you should not really have that kind of latency in answering that because it's a very simple question.
We should spell the names.
Okay.
34 or 35, the last time we were dealing with the TB map.
No, Anand, why don't you go to the DF, the deliveries, or you can directly go to the console. Go to the
Unique gives
console.
us 37 for this data.
Yeah, you can say DF pipe distinct. State.
States.
Enter. Enter. How many? So that means 36 are there, no?
27
Because,
plus.
yeah, all India you have to remove, no?
Yes, 36 here.
36.
Yeah, and then Dadar Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu, are they different ones?
No, they are same. They are
Okay, and Anand, after this DF, why don't you hit up arrow? Up arrow. Just once. Down arrow once. Down arrow. Down arrow. Down arrow. Down arrow. Now pipe. Control Shift N. View. Enter. Okay. Now I want you to minimize environment. Scroll down.
37.
Okay. Is Ladakh here?
No.
No.
Actually, only.
Yeah. The reason I was asking you is that this data is from 2016.
Yes. Sir.
Was
No.
Ladakh unit ready in 2016?
No.
No.
So it's important. You cannot assume that because you cannot assume. It's always good to check. Okay. And
Okay.
yeah, it does match the context that Ladakh would be a part of Jammu and Kashmir. So when you're actually using the data set to mapping and things, then you can do the manipulation like you want, right? You can say that, okay, in my shape file, I would like to, mix both Ladakh and Jammu and Kashmir.
Okay. Sir.
I hope I'm not confusing you more than it's required.
Yes.
No.
Okay. So yeah, I'll leave you to it then. Maybe, are you guys busy tomorrow?
No, sir, I am available.
No, sir.
What about Subarna? Hello?
I am available.
Okay. Frederick sir?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Okay. Lokesh?
I'll also be there.
Then, but before tomorrow, would you guys like to work on this? Maybe you can help Anand.
Yes.
So
Sir.
we'll do what you asked. We'll clean
Great.
those tools over.
Yeah, and maybe we can just work on things. Like I hope today was not a total waste of time.
No.
No, sir. No, sir.
I'm glad. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, then we'll continue with this tomorrow. And Anand, I would request you to rectify maybe you can start a new project,
Okay.
without the spaces.
Okay.
Sir.
Yeah.
Sir, any dates about the offline workshop, sir?
Yeah, I requested Biju sir to get back to me on that. He said, "Can you give me 2 more days?" So I said, "Okay, we'll give you 2 more days." And yeah, we're trying to have it somewhere in the 3rd week of August. Even if it is not for, we are not opening for everybody, we can just keep it very small and more focused. Okay. Shruti, you're okay with that? No, you have your DNB exams and all, is it?
Sir, the date has not come yet, so I mean, I'm
Okay,
just waiting for the moment. So it's just anyway fix this one. I
Yeah.
think.
Okay. One thing what we can do is, if it is not even going to happen it's not, it's getting too late for everybody, and because we want everybody to join in. Okay. So we can
Yes.
have it at a later time also. Okay. But that would be after September. But before, if it is going to be after September, then we will continue to have the online sessions. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, but we want everybody in-house, so that we don't want to miss everybody. Even one of you.
Okay.
If it is going to be, the reason is we talk whether it should be open for other people and things. And I think you guys are little, we cannot bring in totally naive our people. When I say naive, I don't mean, stupid or anything. I just mean that they're not, having the necessary background, because you guys, your growth will slow down, because we want at least people on your par or a little more ahead of you, so that there'll be a balance.
Okay, sir.
Okay, let's see what can be done. Just give me a couple of more days. I'm actually in my hometown again for my PhD work. Dr. Gurpreet's what PhD Viva overseas tomorrow. If you guys are free, you can just join in. I think I shared the link.
Yes, sir. So we are allowed to join. I was confused.
Yeah, it's in Chitra. It's an open defense, so anybody can join. You can ask any questions. That's the point of defense.
Okay.
Go ahead. It'll be interesting in the sense that it might go, way above our head and things, but you can see what all you can do and how you can answer certain questions. He's worked on spatiotemporal modeling for dengue in Punjab, and the sample size, I think he's done it for 5 years. So he has around 65,000 cases of dengue, which has addresses, and the data is coming from the NVBC data. So if somebody has access to those kind of data sets, you can definitely replicate all the things that he has done.
Okay. Sir. We'll
Okay.
see.
Yeah. If it's possible and feasible, just do it because I think it'll be a good push for him also. No, the reason I'm saying is that I cannot join. I'm going to be in the field. So if somebody of you join, we feel a little motivated. Not motivated. No, that positive feeling will come. Anyway,
Yes.
yeah. See you tomorrow. Okay.
Yes.
Okay
Okay,
then.
sir.
Yeah.